Have you ever wondered how information travels across the internet from one place to another instantaneously? It's like magic, isn't it? But there's a science behind it, a complex yet fascinating process known as data propagation. It's the invisible force that powers the digital world, enabling us to communicate, to learn, to share, and to create. It's the lifeblood of the internet, and understanding it can unlock a universe of possibilities. This video will delve into the fascinating world of data propagation. To understand data propagation, we must first define it. Now imagine a pebble dropped in a serene lake. It creates ripples that spread outwards, reaching far beyond the point of impact. In a similar vein, data propagation is the process by which information like that pebble moves and spreads within a network. But instead of a lake, we're talking about the vast digital world. At the heart of data propagation is the concept of data movement. It's about transferring information from one place to another, from one node to another. It's like passing a note in class, but on a much grander, more complex scale. And just like that note, the information can be anything: a simple text message, a video file, an algorithm's output, or even the code of a software update. But data propagation isn't just about movement, it's also about the spread of information. Imagine a piece of news breaking on social media. One user shares it, then two, then four, and so on. This is propagation in action, the information spreading rapidly and exponentially, reaching a vast audience in a matter of minutes. Data propagation plays a pivotal role in today's digital world. It's the lifeblood of the internet, the foundation of global communication and data exchange. It's how emails reach your inbox, how your favorite websites update in real time, how cloud services synchronize your files across multiple devices. And it's not just about convenience. It's about potential, about harnessing the power of information. With data propagation, businesses can reach their customers instantly, scientists can share their findings with the world, and governments can communicate with their citizens in real time. It's about breaking down barriers and building connections, about creating a world that's more informed, more connected, and more efficient. Keep in mind that data propagation is not a one-size-fits-all concept. It varies based on the data's nature, the network's architecture, and the specific requirements of the task at hand. It's a complex process requiring careful planning, efficient algorithms, and robust infrastructure. So in essence, data propagation is the process by which information moves and spreads. It's the heartbeat of the digital world, the invisible force that keeps us connected and informed. Now that we understand what data propagation is, we must comprehend how it works. Let's imagine data propagation as a relay race. Each participant or node has a specific role in receiving and passing on the baton, or data. The race begins with the source node, which generates the data. This could be a computer, a server, or a sensor collecting information. The source node then transmits this data over a channel. Think of this channel as the track on which the race is run. The nature of the channel can vary widely. It could be a physical wire, a fiber optic cable, a wireless signal, or even a satellite link. As the data travels along the channel, it encounters other nodes. These nodes may be routers, switches, or other devices that help guide the data to its destination. Each node receives the data, interprets it, and then passes it on. This is where the data propagation magic happens. The data doesn't simply pass through these nodes, but is actively processed and forwarded. Now let's not forget about the finish line in our relay race, the destination node. This could be your computer receiving an email, a server storing data, or a device acting upon the data it receives. The destination node's job is to receive the data and interpret it correctly. And just like that, our data has successfully completed its relay race from source to destination. But wait, there's more. Data propagation doesn't just happen in one direction, it's a two-way street. The destination node can send data back to the source node or to other nodes, starting its own relay race. This back and forth flow of data is what keeps our digital world spinning. It's also important to note that data propagation isn't a solitary event. It's happening all the time, with multiple races running concurrently on different tracks. This constant dynamic flow of data is what allows us to browse the internet, stream videos, send emails, and so much more. Therefore, data propagation ensures the smooth flow of information from one point to another. Data propagation might seem like a complex process, but its importance in our digital lives cannot be overstated. Consider the colossal digital universe we inhabit today. It's brimming with an unfathomable amount of data, all of which is intricately interconnected. This data is not static, it's constantly moving, flowing like a river from one point to another. Whether it's a simple email, a social media update, or a complex data-driven algorithm, all of it is on the move. And ensuring this smooth, seamless flow of data is the Herculean task that data propagation shoulders. For a moment, imagine a world without data propagation. It would be akin to a city with no traffic management, absolute chaos. The internet, which we take for granted today, would be a jumbled mess of data packets, all scrambling for a way out. Communication would grind to a halt, and the digital world would be plunged into a state of disarray. Data propagation is like the unsung hero of our digital lives. It's the silent, efficient traffic cop that ensures our data reaches its intended destination without a hitch. It's what allows us to send an email halfway across the globe in a matter of seconds, or stream our favorite shows without any buffering. But its importance extends beyond just our personal lives. In the realm of business, data propagation plays a pivotal role. It fuels the engines of global commerce, enabling seamless transactions and real-time decision-making. It's the backbone of our modern data-driven world, propelling us into the future. In the field of science and research, data propagation is equally vital. It allows scientists to share their findings with the world, fostering collaboration and innovation. It's the lifeblood of scientific progress, enabling us to push the boundaries of human knowledge. So you see, data propagation is not just a fancy tech term, it's the invisible force that keeps our digital world spinning. It's the linchpin that holds the internet together, the foundation upon which our digital lives are built. Without data propagation, the digital world as we know it would cease to exist. Despite its significance, data propagation is not without its challenges. The path to successful data propagation is often littered with obstacles. One of the most common challenges is data loss. Imagine you've sent a priceless antique through the mail only for it to arrive missing a few crucial pieces. In data propagation, this could mean the loss of critical information, leading to inaccurate results or incomplete data sets. Then there's latency, the delay that occurs when data is transmitted from one point to another. It's akin to the frustrating lag you experience during a video call when the internet connection is poor. In the world of data propagation, latency can cause significant setbacks, especially when real-time data processing is required. And let's not forget about interference. Picture trying to have a conversation in a crowded room where multiple voices compete for your attention. Similarly, in data propagation, interference from other data sources can distort the data being transmitted, leading to corrupted information. Additionally, the sheer volume of data being propagated can also pose a challenge. We're living in an era of data explosion where the amount of data being generated is growing at an exponential rate. It's like trying to drink from a fire hose. Managing and processing this enormous amount of data efficiently is no small feat. Security is another significant concern. Just as you wouldn't want your personal letters to fall into the wrong hands, ensuring the privacy and security of data during transmission is paramount. With cyber threats becoming increasingly sophisticated, safeguarding data during propagation becomes an uphill battle. Lastly, there's the issue of data integrity. It's essential that the data received is the same as the data sent, without any alterations. Think of it as ensuring that the message in a game of telephone remains the same from start to finish. Addressing these challenges is crucial to improving the efficiency and reliability of data propagation. After all, in this data-driven world, the value of data lies not just in its quantity, but also in its quality and the speed at which it's delivered. As we look to the future, the role of data propagation will only become more crucial. As we navigate the digital seas of the 21st century, the beacon guiding our ship is no other than data propagation. Just as the lighthouse of old, it paves the way for our journey, illuminating the vast ocean of information that lies before us. But where are we headed? What does the future hold for data propagation? Imagine a world where data moves faster than the speed of light, a world where information is not just transmitted but materialized in seconds. This is not a distant dream but a near reality with the advent of quantum computing. Quantum computers, with their ability to perform complex calculations at unprecedented speeds, promise to revolutionize data propagation. We're talking about an information age on steroids, where data doesn't just travel, it teleports. Yet the future of data propagation is not just about speed, it's about intelligence too. The rise of artificial intelligence is transforming the way we process and propagate data. Instead of merely transmitting information, AI enables us to understand and utilize data in ways never thought possible. From predictive analytics to machine learning, AI is shaping a world where data propagation is not just about delivering information, it's about making sense of it. But let's not forget about security. As data propagation becomes more advanced, so too must our methods of protecting it. The future calls for robust encryption technologies and sophisticated cybersecurity measures. We're stepping into an era where safeguarding our data is just as important as propagating it. So what does all this mean for the future of data propagation? It means a world where data is not just transmitted, but transformed. A world where information is not just delivered, but deciphered. A world where data is not just protected, but perfected. The future of data propagation is indeed exciting and pivotal for the evolution of our digital world. We've covered a lot of ground in this video. We journeyed through the intriguing world of data propagation, demystifying its definition and workings. We delved into its profound importance in our digital era and confronted the challenges it faces. Yet we also glimpsed at an exciting future where these hurdles are overcome. Remember, every time you send an email, stream a video, or browse the internet, you're witnessing the marvel of data propagation in action.